What is going on YouTube? You already know, no introduction needed, but I'm still gonna let you guys know it's your boy Black Prince the Barber. Today in this video, I will be doing a simple bald fade. First of all, my boy asked for a one close against the grain. So what I'm gonna do first, before I even cut it against the grain, I'm just gonna make that first initial bald guideline so I can know where my fade and my blend gonna fall in it. So stick around until we get up on the second step. Now guys, now I'm using my Stylist Pro Instinct. The only thing I'm doing right now is just slapping that number one guard on there, closing them jumps, and you know what I'm saying, just going straight against the grain because he asked for it and I gave it to him, you know what I'm saying. The clients is always right. But with further ado, man, you know what I'm saying, I just want you guys to let me know in the comment section, like I said before, how this quality look to you guys, because I've been tweaking my camera and you know what I'm saying, I'm just trying to get that 360 Jeezy Wavy Kid Kev game changer and get beam type quality, you know what I'm saying. But let me know in the comment section though. But anyway, shout out to them, man. So let's just get it. I'm back with my Stylist Pro Instinct. The only thing I'm doing right now is just open the blade all the way, going up an inch, you know what I'm saying, just to start my fading process. But remember to always be, how should I say, just be repetitive with your work, man, you know what I'm saying. Make sure you knock all the hairs down before, you know what I'm saying, presume to the next step, because you want to make sure that fade is what you want, man. So just take your time. It don't matter how long it takes, but you know what I'm saying, before the client came, the client already knew his time in the chair. So the client had to get a barber enough time to get finished doing his professional work. So let's just get it. Even though I cut his hair with a one close against the grain, the only thing I'm doing right now is just actually debulking the area that I want to start to blend in. So like I said, I cut his hair against the grain anyway. So the only thing I'm doing right now is just actually debulking so I can come back with the next following step. Okay guys, after I get done debulking with the one guard close, now it's kind of tricky with the zero guard because a lot of barbers, they put their zero guard on and close them all the way. But what I do, I put my zero guard on and I open it up one notch. They give me enough room to, you know what I'm saying, stretch my fade, because I do not want to compress it. So it just gives me enough room to feed my fade going down, because it's actually like a reverse fade that I'm putting on my client. And then you want to gradually close the zero guard up until, you know what I'm saying, you start feathering out that line. But the zero guard is not going to totally take out the line. So just stick around for the next step so I can show you what's going to take the line out. I don't necessarily close my blade all the way up on my Stylecraft Pro Instinct. The only thing I'm doing right now, I do have open like a notch open from being completely closed. Then I feed it with the corners because I'm trying not to push that fade up. I already did enough detail but not to mess up my detail. And speaking of detail, you don't want to over exaggerate your detail because you know what I'm saying, you don't want to put too much into the haircut because you will be taken away. But always remember to adjust when needed and use your corners as needed, and remember to always brush one, fade one. So let's just get into it and, you know, just see how the final results turn out. And guys, I'm not trying to confuse anybody out there, but I just want to let you guys know this. Earlier when I had my zero guard on, like I said, I had it open one notch. Now I actually have it open, you know what I'm saying, halfway. But I'm just actually like kind of feathering that dark area. So don't get confused. But if you do get confused, rewind this, and you know what I'm saying, like I always say, this is YouTube and you can learn from what I tell you. But remember to always, you know, just adjust when needed, because actually that zero guard can take you a long way. A lot of people really don't need that one guard. It actually takes that zero guard. And I'm not really a big fan of the 0.5. Hands down to zero guards. Alright guys, now I fall back on my BarberLife Pro FX1. The only thing I'm doing right now is just actually kind of like taking that zero line out, because like I said earlier, that zero guard close is not going to necessarily take that line out. So you just want to do mainly detail within that area. So this is the most important part of the whole haircut process. I understand I put guards on and I started to work my way down with the fades. But once you start just using just that blade by itself, man, that's the only thing that actually adds the haircut and what makes a haircut a haircut. Just that part right there. And remember to always adjust where needed. And you know what I'm saying, always, I repeat, always use your corners and brush one as you cut. The only thing I'm doing is just falling back with the guards that I used previously, man. You know what I'm saying? I always retain to the next guard or the last guard that you use. If you see it in dense areas or spots that need to be worked out, man, refer back to that guard. And you know what I'm saying? Just repetitively work yourself until you see that fade starting to take transition. So I see that we at the final stage of the haircut, the edge up. So the first thing you want to do is just brush the client's hair, you know what I'm saying? But right here, I think I used a zero guard to brush, cut his hair down, because you know, you always supposed to make the hairline area shorter than the actual haircut area, because you know what I'm saying, you want them hairs to be light as possible so your edge up can pop more. And always remember to brush the client's hair down as you do it. And like I said earlier, man, that quality, man, I just can't help but to look at the quality, because as I'm editing this video, man, I'm like, wow, I know this quality gonna be fire on YouTube. But yeah, I always start in the middle with your edge up and work your way to the side or either side. But I always, by me being right hand, I always work my way from the middle to the right, which is left. And one other thing, man, always be repetitive with your edge up, man. Don't just go over the edge up one time and say, hey, man, I'm done with it or whatever. But, you know, just take your time, you know what I'm saying? It's going to work itself, because the edge up actually is supposed to meet up with the haircut, man. Speaking of haircut, man, look at that blend, man. If y'all guys stuck around long enough, man, I want you guys to type in #quality, man, which means the video, man. So, man, this quality is fire. So let's just get into it. Alright, YouTube, this is the final results of the haircut. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you stuck around long enough, like I said, type in #quality in the comment section, man. So if you guys find this video amazing, educational, you know what I'm saying, teachable, let me know in the comment section, you know what I'm saying. I read my comments and everything. So with further ado, this is the cut. If you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. But with further ado, may God bless.